3 women are facing charges of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from an LA homeless nonprofit. California Attorney General Rob Bonta says LaToya Pledger, Serena Stevenson, and Valencia Stevenson are all facing a combined 56 felony counts, including grand theft and embezzlement. The AG's office says all 3 stole money from the nonprofit group People Assisting the Homeless, or PATH for short. State prosecutors say the 3 submitted fake referrals and assistance requests for clients who were not homeless, including friends and family. Bonta's office says the 3 forged and falsified materials like leases and income statements. A PATH spokesperson says they stole an estimated $400,000 from the group.
Real estate executives are accused of stealing money from California's Home Key program, which is intended to fund housing for the homeless. Federal prosecutors announced the case today.
This is one of those buildings in question. The previous owner bought and then sold it for a $16 million profit. He's accused now of defrauding the government, specifically the state's Home Key program. Now, that program is meant to use state funding to convert old motels or buildings like this. This was a senior home, and turn it into homeless housing. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley announced federal charges against 2 L.A. area men, accusing them of misappropriating state money intended to help address homelessness. Cody Holmes of Beverly Hills was arrested Thursday morning. Federal prosecutors say the state granted his company, Shangri-La, more than $25 million in Home Key money to buy and operate homeless housing in Thousand Oaks. That has not happened. Prosecutors now pointing to where some of the money went.
Our investigation has showed that at least $2.2 million was diverted to pay Mr. Holmes' American Express bill, which includes purchases at luxury retailers.
Another man, Stephen Taylor, has been charged with bank fraud and money laundering related to this building in Cheviot Hills.
Just trying to follow the money.
Journalist Jamie Page of the Westside Current has been investigating and reporting on this for years and has spoken to Fox 11 in the past about this.
Kind of the red flag that we had seen was that within, I believe, a 9-day period, it went from an $11 million price tag to more than double that. So that raised red flags for us.
Prosecutors say Taylor used fake bank statements to get the loan to buy the property, then sold it to housing developer Weingart for $27 million using city and state funding. That's a $16 million profit.
We had put in our first story that some realtors were bragging about the price tags that they were getting for these Home Key locations.
Now, Asaley says this is really just the beginning. There's still billions of dollars in question, unaccounted for, according to his office. He also says there's a lot more under investigation, including others who may have been involved in the sale and purchase of this building and others across the region.
What up, though? So I've been watching quite a few YouTube videos and news reports because I live in LA County, Southern California, and I've been watching quite a few videos on YouTube about the Skid Row housing projects or luxury apartments that cost about over $160 million to make, and then each unit costs about over $500,000 per unit if you was to purchase one. So it's like, wow, that's a lot of goddamn money. And I don't mind helping the homeless. I want to make that clear. The Bible teaches us that we're always going to have the poor, and the one way that we, honor the Lord is taking care of the children and the poor. So I don't mind helping the poor out. The issue is when these people clearly don't want to be helped. Some of them don't want to be helped. It's somebody on YouTube, I forget, it was a long time ago when I watched this video. He was interviewing homeless people years ago, and because California literally pays its homeless, people from other states were coming to California, taking up residency, and tapping into those dollar resources from taxpayers. And it's like that California keeps throwing loads and loads of money into the homeless situation. And it wouldn't be nothing wrong with it if it was working, but it's not. They put all of this money and all of these resources into helping the homeless and doing this and doing that. You got y'all's boy Biden literally giving out crack pipe vending machines, kits and vending machines. It's like, how is that helping the homeless? How is that helping people who have serious mental illness and addiction, speed track them into recovery or help them on the road to recovery? How is that helping by supplying them with the very drugs that's literally killing these people, literally causing the mental illness that's going on, the malnutrition, criminal activity, the thuggery that they're doing to get these drugs? That didn't stop crime. It's not stopping people who are addicted to drugs and homeless from being homeless or being addicted to drugs. So what is the problem? My thing is that what I think it is, you got a lot of these people in service positions. I served in the military. I served in other capacities as well. And you have to have a heart for service. It's not a money problem. It's a heart problem. And a lot of these people that call themselves support service advocates for the homeless, for this, for that, for services and resources for people in need. A lot of the people that's working at the bottom, I think, do have a heart for service. A lot of people up at the top, like the Karen Bass and Muddy Waters, y'all know what I'm talking about, Nancy Pelosi, all these people, they care about getting reelected. They care about the money factor. They care about the power factor. They care about the authority factor. They don't care about the heart factor, and they have no heart. And that's the reason why you can't throw money at a heart situation, because it obviously doesn't work and it doesn't fit. And that's been proven time and time again with how things have been operated. Time and time again, you have people throwing money at these situations and they're not getting better, and they wonder why it don't get better. What's to wonder? You shouldn't be wondering why they don't get better. Or maybe they don't care why it's not getting better. Maybe they aren't wondering why it's not getting better, because that's the point. That's the whole purpose of why it keeps getting worse. Downtown in those comments is a way to my love, and while you down there, freak that like button. Let's have a conversation. What do you guys think? Because if you live here in Southern California, or California in general, and you see just what goes on day in and day out, what do you think about what Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, Muddy Waters, what do you think about these politicians, what they're trying to do? I don't trust none of them. I don't trust none of them to really have a serious thought process about helping people in need. I think they care about the optics, and they care about, are they going to get reelected? And is this act of kindness going to make them more marketable? It's going to achieve the reelection that they seek? Or even if they're not going to run next term, whoever they endorse to take their spot, is this act of kindness going to make their predecessor more marketable for the voter? That's what I'm thinking. I don't think none of these people seriously have a serious heart in anything they do for the people. It's all about re-election. You know, there needs to be a cap on how many times these people can run for office, because they get in there and they just run it up. And what do they really have to show for it, except for their names on a bunch of buildings and their names on a couple of bills that, in retrospect, fast forward a few years later, has been more detrimental than inspirational or even help the people that they so-called want to help. These Democratic run cities, you would think with all the services that they claim they put towards helping the people, all these bills and stuff that they write that they claim is supposed to help the people, all of this stuff that they do that they claim is supposed to help the people, why are the Democratic cities are so trash? Why are people struggling? Why is the crime so out of control? Why is the spending so out of control? Why are the taxes so freaking high? The people who are out here doing the right thing, who are out here paying their bills, who are out here getting help if they do have an issue, mental issue, or a substance abuse issue, the people that's out here that's actually trying to live right in accordance to God's word, they are the main people that's getting screwed over, especially in these Democratic cities. Especially. So what can you really do about that? I mean, I don't know, except move and go somewhere else, or vote according to what everybody needs. A lot of people vote towards what they need, and it's very one-sided. And I think you should look at the totality of the situation and vote on the totality of the state of people in general, not just your one singular issue, or one singular issue that you wish to, I guess, recognize. But I don't know. That's my thought process. People do need to vote more on a different. They need to have a different mindset when they go and vote. They need to have a different just everything when they go and vote. level, and it's really voting. I think voting at the lower level is really gonna make the difference, because the president of the United States can only do so much. It's what happens locally that makes the difference. But also too, we need to get back to the family dynamics. We need to get back to what's going on in the home. When we moved away from that, then that's when the problems really started happening in our communities. I'm not just talking black community, I'm talking about everybody's community. And we want to complain, we want to say this, we want to say that, but when in actuality, we allow these politicians, we allow these, the George Soros with they marketing propaganda tactics to confuse us and to make us think that we were doing something wrong, when actually we were doing everything right all along. So, I don't know. Let me know downtown in those comments what y'all think. Don't forget your keys, your wallet, and your phone on your way out.